Let's go to Anthony. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Ant?
Evening, boys.
All right, Ant. Commiserations. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Well, at least we play better tonight than we did last week.
Yeah, that's true.
We couldn't have been much worse than we were last week.
No.
I mean, if Declan Rice scores that header in the first, 5 minutes was it, tonight?
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah. But
football never changed about taking chances when they come. And, you know, those little moments in big games, they are so crucial. You know?
They're massive. And, I mean, Donnarumma made some fantastic saves.
Mm-hmm.
He kept them in the tie.
Yeah.
Full credit to PSG. It was a great goal. They scored their first goal tonight. And, yeah, you boys got it right. The better team won. And then hopefully they'll win the Champions League because I think they're the best team out.
Not been good enough, though, have you? And let's be honest, mate. Come on.
No, we've fallen away. Back into the season again, we've fallen away, and it's in some ways it's not. Some Arsenal fans will say it's not good enough.
What do you think?
It's hard to judge because it is a young squad. I would take the armband away from Odegaard because I think since he's come back from his injury, he doesn't look the same player.
He ain't. Mate, who would you rather look up to, Rice or Odegaard?
Yeah, but who cares who's got the armband on? It don't make a big difference.
All day long.
It's a load of old rubbish.
No, I disagree with that because Odegaard has not performed the levels this season. I know he's had his injuries, but this season he has in the previous 2 or 3.
Take the armband off him. He's the captain.
Mate, Declan Rice is the leader of that team.
Okay,
mate.
well then he's the leader of that team. Yeah. But he's not the captain. He's not the captain. Odegaard's the captain. Yeah. As a manager, you don't take... Unless you're getting rid of the player, you don't take the armband off him.
No, you can.
No, you can't. You can't. You can't do that, Chase.
I tell you why you can. Because he's not the best leader in the club.
No, I'm not having
That's the decision you've got to make. If Arsenal want to be winners, but then you give it to the best.
But then you're killing his leadership qualities. You know, people are going to look at him and go, "Well, the gaffers took him off you."
Mate, you said
you're not in a dressing room.
You said yesterday you wouldn't even start him.
Oh, I said he's up for debate. If he's not playing well, you take him off. But that doesn't mean he's not the captain.
Right. That tells me, if you're thinking about that, if he's in that conversation, he might not start. Or if he's not playing well enough, take him off. He's not been that player this season, mate.
He's still the captain, mate.
Oh, fine now. I couldn't care less, honestly.
You just said it with your chest.
No. What I would say is that if I was Arteta, I would consider giving Rice the armband.
I think it's a bad move. I do. And thanks for your call. Let's go to Jason. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Jace.
All right, Jace.
How we doing, lads? All right?
All right, mate.
What's up with your voice?
How are you?
Yeah. Boys, here we go again, innit? Can I just say, firstly, the boys tonight give it everything on that pitch. I couldn't knock that. But here we go again. Arteta, innit? He should have gone last year, lad, shouldn't he? You know, another year.
Arteta?
Nothing to play for. It's just a disaster. No striker. We was never going to win the Champions League without a striker.
Is that down to him, though? Is that...
Well, of course it is, mate. Look,
I don't know if it is.
Look, Jesus got injured, blah, blah, blah. That was all done. We had the January window. Yeah, it's not the best window to be going around doing a bit of business in, but listen, we could have brought someone in. Villa brought Rashford in for nothing on loan with a chance to buy.
Yeah.
You know, he's been stagnant. He's not going anywhere, lads, and we'll be having I'll have this same conversation with you this time next year, because it'll happen again, and it'll keep happening because he's just gone stagnant. He's taken us where he can take us. Now we need a new manager, mate. We need to
get rid of Arteta.
You get rid of him, you.
Money gone.
Yeah.
Arteta out.
If you think we're going to win anything with that manager, you're deluded, mate. One word, deluded. Every year I'm going to have this same conversation with you guys. Come on, mate. Listen, tonight, here's a prime example tonight. Timber's gone. No worries, mate. You've got to come off the pitch. I'll tell you what, we need a couple of goals. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Ben White on. I'm going to bring another defender. I've got Nweri sitting behind me on the bench. I've got nothing to lose. Let's have a go here. Let's have the crack. No, not Arteta. I'll bring Ben White on. I'll bring Benjamin White on. Do a lovely little job filling there.
I think, was Timber not injured? Was there not? Does someone have a knock?
That's it. Yeah, he went off. Yeah, he went off, didn't he? But he could have just gone, do you know what? I'll put my cards on the table. I've got nothing to lose here. this is Arsenal Football Club. This is how we do things. Let's have a go.
This is Arsenal Football Club. What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Like, have a crack. You know, it's a Champions League semi-final.
Just have a crack at it.
Do you know what I mean? Champions League semi-final, and he's bringing on a defender. And wary, you know, the times that we've seen that lad this year, it's been outstanding, guys. I can't knock him. So why is he leaving him on the bench and bringing a defender on? You know, when you're making decisions like that at this level, it's a top level, guys.
To be fair to him, he brought Trossard on, and Trossard had a big impact on the goal.
Yeah, I know, but he could have done a bit better, Jay, couldn't he, mate? You know, like Timber's gone, took a bit of a knock. The geezer's like put a shift in. He's done his bit, right? That's fine. I'll take that all day long. But don't bring another defender on, mate. Bring someone. Bring Zinchenko, overload the midfield or something. Do you know what I mean?
Calafiori come on as well for Lewis Kelly.
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, but what I'm saying, you know, it's just like he's making decisions, mate. That's just not right, mate. And I can't get me nut round it. I can't get me nut round what that geezer's doing.
All right, Jace, listen, mate. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Neil. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Neil.
All right, Neil.
Hello, fellas. How you doing? Yeah,
mate.
Great, mate. Great. Bonjour.
Neil.
It's a tricky night. No, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you both. Listen, no, all I wanted to say was, I mean, calls like that from that last fella. And I think one of your pundits earlier, you know, when I jumped in the car and heard him saying about Arteta, he's got to go, he's 5 years. I just think, come on, just take a second. I know you're happy, we're out. I get it. I'd be happy if a team I hated were out. But all I'm saying is, Arteta, look where we were when he took over. We just got to the last 4 in Europe. We don't do that very often. We've only done it 3 times in our history to get to the last 4.
Oh, well done.
So,
want a medal?
I
want a trophy?
Of course I want a medal. I'd love a medal. But what I'm saying
trophy?
is...
Well done. We got in the semi-final in Champions League. Well done. Beat Real Madrid. Well done.
I know. Yeah. Enjoy it. I'm just saying... all I'm saying is let's not press the panic button because we're making progress.
Are you? You spent 800 million. You've gone backwards this year.
Well, we've gone backwards in the league. I'll give you that. We've drawn too many.
Okay. So where's the progress?
A striker.
Where's progress?
You know, the progress is we just got to the last 4 for the 3rd time in our history. That's pretty good. You know.
Yeah. The problem.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
I mean, the problem you've got is that there will be Arsenal fans that feel as though that. Look, if I felt that.
Who's he going to get?
That's not the answer. That should never be the answer.
No, that's all I'm saying.
No, the answer should be, is he the man to go forward in the next 12 months with Arsenal?
I think so.
Right, okay, fine.
So.
But if some people feel the answer to that question is no, the response to that shouldn't be, well, who are we going to get? It should be, who can we get? Who is out there? Who is the man that we can go and get to move Arsenal forward? Don't act like it's the
I think a young manager, a young inexperienced manager like Arteta, is doing amazingly well, and I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop that journey because I never felt like this was the year we were going to do it.
I agree with you. I don't think it's the.
You know what I mean? I think in 2-3 years, if he hasn't done it, okay. Yeah. But now it's like we're still on the upward trajectory. I know we've messed it up in the league. I know we're. But you know what I mean? And I know you're happy, you're cock a hoop, and I'm happy for you.
You are Arsenal. You're a big football club. What's he been there? 5 years.
He's been there 5 years. Yeah.
The FA Cup.
Number 5.
But we've played. I mean, listen, we've given an incredible Man City and Liverpool team, and their points they've got is ridiculous. We've put ourselves back in the conversation.
No, I'm sorry, mate, but Man City dropped off completely this season. Liverpool were a good Liverpool side, not the best one I've seen.
They did.
This was Arsenal's year to win the Premier League title.
They did. That's true. Man City have been. They've been PlayStation ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? They win every week. If they don't win, people go mental and have phone-ins about how bad they are. You know what I mean? They win every game. Every game. They keep winning. Man City over the last.
Ain't this year?
No, not this year.
It ain't this year.
Not this year. No, not this year. But I'm saying the standard is so high that what we've done this season. We've got more points this season than Liverpool.
That's a load of old rubbish.
A load of old garbage.
It's a load of rubbish.
What I'm saying.
So you're getting sucked into the old Arteta hype. You know,
no, I'm just getting.
No,
well, I just don't want knee-jerk sort of.
No, fine, but
we lost
don't get sucked into
mate,
that.
But don't sit there and say you've made progress this season because you haven't.
Of course we have.
You haven't.
Of course we have.
No, you haven't.
We got to the last 4 in Europe.
Well, you got knocked out.
Yeah, we got to the last 4 though, didn't we?
Okay, who cares? Where have you finished in the league? Second.
Well, I care. That's
you might finish
good.
3rd. You ain't won nothing.
Oh, mate, if you guarantee us that, I'll shake your hand now. Yeah.
Honestly, Arsenal fans. All right, Neil. Listen, mate. Thanks for your call.
Cheers, Neil.
Am I wrong in saying they haven't made progress this year?
They've made progress in terms of whether they ended up in the Champions League, but in terms of the domestic league and cups, no, they've gone backwards.
They've gone backwards.
They've gone backwards.
You can have your say on this, Arsenal fans. Big night. Disappointing one for your football club. 03 717 22 3344.
It's a fact. I'm talking about facts.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.